standard over schedule. This is the zero excuse formula for your busy and hectic schedule. And here's what we're going to cover in this training. The first thing, you're not busy. It just hasn't been a priority. This is a mindset topic. The second part, 451 standard and the Hybrid Method Academy. I'll explain what that actually means. And then we'll talk about how does the standard over schedule formula actually work. And lastly, what winning the week actually looks like. So you're not busy. It just hasn't been a priority. Because in life, we don't get what we want. We get our priorities. So if you're not proud of your body and health right now, but you're doing decent in your business or in your career, it might be time to take responsibility and reassess your priorities. Awareness is going to be your best friend during this first phase of your transformation, because wherever we're at in life right now, we got here mostly by choice, and we set our priorities by choice. You probably choose to work overtime and stay up late to finish a project or close a deal. You choose to meet client after client at the restaurant, but you also choose to order full course meals each time you go to the restaurant. So let's face it, most of the things that you'll have to bring to your awareness will not be convenient at first. It won't feel good. And so what? If you really want to grow, you need to really lean against your own flaws and turn them into your own strengths. Whether we prioritize business or career or health and happiness, we always prioritize something. So we often find ourselves in this victim mentality. Oh, I'm not in shape because I don't have the time to work out. Or, oh, I'm not in shape because I don't have the time to meal prep, or I can't meal prep, or I don't have time to sleep. But you do have time to work until you get sick and overweight. You do have time to stop by the fast food on the way to your office and grab something to eat, which you clearly know that is not serving you. You create time to play video games or barbecue with friends on weekends. The reality is, we don't need to have time. We need to create time. And you need to create time for your health and body and prioritize some you time consistently. 30 to 40 minutes for 3 to 4 times a week in the gym plus consistency will actually do it. The common excuse is that I don't have 2 to 3 hours a day to work out, and I cannot go to the gym for 6 to 7 times a week. Well, you don't have to. In fact, if you do that, you most likely won't last very long because it's not realistic and it might not fit your lifestyle. I would rather have you work out anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes, let's say 60 minutes max, for 3 to 4 times a week. And yes, you might progress a bit slower as you get more adapted. But most importantly, you will be able to eventually create a lifestyle. Whereas the super ego inflated, self-called alpha male or female who thinks that they're committed to 2 hours a day for 5 to 7 workouts a week, all while running one or multiple businesses, most likely will get burnt out and quit. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've seen this hundreds of times before, and I'm sure I will see this happening in the future. But my hope is that you won't be that person. You can go from decent to great results by prioritizing yourself before anything else. I mentioned that you might be doing decent in your business or career, but I think we can both agree that you're capable of greatness, not just decent. You know deep down that you can make a bigger impact, make more money, live a more fulfilled life, play more, spend more time with those that matter to you, more quality time, compared to where you're at right now. Well, I got great news for you. You can actually have it all as long as you start prioritizing yourself before anything else. In order to perform at high levels in every area of your life, you must function optimally. And your health and body will allow you to do that. I got a question for you. Why does the body have to suffer in order to fill up the banking account? We work hard, we sacrifice our health, our joy, our fun to make money and buy assets to get financially established. But the problem is, by the time we get there, without being aware, we lose health, we lose our body's ability to perform, to play, to feel good. We end up financially established, but struggling health-wise. Why? Because, like Tony Robbins says, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And some people choose to sacrifice the most valuable asset that they will ever have for this illusion of freedom. We're talking about our own health, our own body, and our own unique human experience. Think about this for a moment. You build a business, you make money, you make more impact because you use your mind that is creative and sharp, and it's probably working optimally. You use your body to create things. These are your assets. You buy real estate or businesses that cash flow and secure your family because you use your real biggest asset, which includes your own health, your own body, your own mind. Yet many of us take all these for granted and sacrifice them for money, which are printed and invented by other humans. And the thing is, we did not invent our own body though. Optimized health equals maximized wealth. This is written on one of my shirts. The healthier and the more confident in yourself you are, the more energy you have, and the more clear-minded you feel, and the more wealth you can attract in your life. The earlier you start, the lower the price will be. The earlier you start investing in your health, in training your body to slow down the aging process through exercise, nutrition, sleep, proper recovery, bio-optimization techniques, the less expensive the price for your health will be. Usually most people wait until it gets too late and too expensive. So since you're here, let's get that mindset right and get to work, because you've already been doing it. But what if you did it right from the beginning? So let's talk about eating, right? You've been eating anyway, but now it's time to do it right. Because the same way you made yourself available to eat and to get the food that you've been eating so far, you can choose to make yourself available to create time to outsource and eat the foods that will help you with your health and body transformation goals. You've been probably exercising up until now. If not, it's time to start doing that. If you did it, it's time to do it right. There's a saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. So as we get older, we start losing muscle mass. The health starts decreasing. The energy goes down. We start losing healthy cells. And in order to slow down that process, we need to keep the body active. So I would assume that at some point you tried to do some form of exercising, whether that was cardio or going to the gym or just being more active overall. Whatever your situation is, now is the time to prioritize exercising in your life and to do it right. Because if you've already been trying to do something on your own, that means you've been making time for it. And now it's the time to get the most bang for your buck, because we got your back with everything that you need. And I got a question for you. What are the activities that you spend time on but don't serve your goals? And I want you to be really, really honest here. Maybe you stay up late and play video games or watch TV. You don't sleep enough and struggle with low energy. Or maybe you spend too much time scrolling mindlessly on social media and delay your work projects, and then you don't have time for the gym. Or you spend weekends barbecuing and partying all the time and never prioritize time for preparing your food. Time to assess what you're currently spending time on and switch from spending mode into investing mode. Invest your time in yourself. Do not spend it, because it's very precious and it will never come back. Now it's the time to keep doing it, but you want to just do it right. Imagine if you did these activities that became ingrained into your subconscious mind, like eating, like putting liquids in your body, like maybe for some of you exercising in a way that was supposed to help you get rid of the body fat, build muscle mass, reduce inflammation. What would the compound effect of all those activities would have looked like today? And as I'm asking this, I don't want you to regret the way you lived your life so far. All I want you to do is just visualize that once you dial in all these activities, all these habits, and stay consistent over time. things will change significantly in your favor. The 4-5-1 standard in the Hybrid Method Academy. I have a saying, show me your daily standards and routines and I will predict your future. The compounded results of your daily standards and routines can easily help you see where you're headed with your health, with your finances, with your relationships, with your body, and so on. You just have to be willing to really face it and look into it and take ownership of how you choose to create your own reality. Because let's face it, if you choose to eat pizza, Panda Express, and drink soda every day, you will inevitably gain body fat. It doesn't matter that once in a while you get a salad bowl and drink a lemonade or kombucha. It's about what you're doing consistently over time that gets you to the outcome, whether you like the outcome or not. Standard means the minimum number of times that we commit to executing an activity meant to increase our quality of life. And you won't find this definition on the internet. I just came up with this concept for the Hybrid Method Academy. A standard, it's not like something that we deem to be nice to achieve. It's a realistic number that you set in place for weekly workouts, for weekly steps, for following nutrition, for taking time for yourself. How many times would you do it within a week? And once you set that number, you strive to not fall below it. This concept will completely change your life. It did change mine, because no matter how motivated or in the mood you are one day to get things done, or how motivated you're not, or not feeling like doing it, you just know that you're committed to your standards and you get things done no matter what. So here are the standards that we have in the Hybrid Method Academy. 4 workouts a week, at least. This number obviously can vary depending on your lifestyle, your priorities, but ideally, you will never want to fall below this number. You want to work out 5 times a week? That's great. It's your choice. You want to work out 6 times a week? Awesome. But I wouldn't want you to fall below 4. 5 days hitting your nutrition goals, at least. This is definitely a non-negotiable if you're serious about improving your health, reducing inflammation, and transforming your body. I like to say that nutrition is 90% of your progress. And I'm not saying that working out is not important, because that is crucial for body recomposition. It's extremely important how you work out and the consistency of that when you want to lose body fat, build muscle, and increase the functionality of your body. But if nutrition is not on point, then just working out alone won't get you a lot of visible changes. Also know that it doesn't mean that if you follow through with your nutrition for 5 days of the week, the other 2 are going to be pizza, donuts, chocolate bars, and burgers. Okay? That means the other 2 days you get to refeed your body. Introduce some new recipes for your main meals or for snacks. You get to probably have 1 meal out at the restaurant, practicing the restaurant ordering system, which is a tool that you will learn later in this course. 1 call with your coach per week, at least. As you get started, it will be extremely important to stay in communication with your coach and make sure you check in at least 1 time per week through an audio or Zoom call. Like I said before, we want to keep the finger on the pulse to be able to assess how you're progressing, keep what's working, and readjust what does not work. Now, by committing to this program, you are responsible to pay attention to the automated reminders that come through the fitness app, where we shared the link that allows you to schedule your 2-to-1 check-in coaching and support call with your assigned coach. So make sure you do that at least 1 time a week. Now, to wrap up this part of the training, I invite you to later watch Win the other 2, 3, and 6 days training. If you want to learn what to do with your nutrition for the other 2 days, say you're not choosing to stay on track 100% with your nutrition strategy for all 7 days, that's totally fine. Even though the progress might slow a bit compared to someone who's committed to following their plan 7 days a week, it's a good idea to prioritize sustainability over being overly restrictive. Try a new recipe. In that training, I'm going into more details with different scenarios and solutions. Same thing for the other 3 days that you won't go to the gym, and those 6 days where you won't be on a call with your coach. So go watch that training as soon as you're done with this entire module. How does the standard over schedule formula work? This is the best approach for busy and hectic schedules. Once you're clear on your health standards, it's a matter of putting in work. The standard over schedule concept will help you stay loyal to your standards and commitments, all while dealing with life. Most of you watching this probably don't have a 9 to 5 schedule. If you do, it will be easier to stick to the 4-5-1 standard. If you don't, however, standard over schedule will be your friend. This works really well when, say, you set a schedule for yourself, but other things come up unexpectedly and steer you away from the schedule that you initially set. Okay? You might have weeks when you travel, or you get to work on weekends, or work long hours. Regardless of any of that, the idea is to move your health priorities around your schedule until you complete them before the end of each day and the end of each week. So you must hit the bare minimum number of workouts, cardio sessions, number of days where your nutrition is on point before the end of each week. How does that look like? Well, for example, if I committed to 4 workouts a week, I'm going to move them around my schedule and make sure that I complete 4 workouts before Sunday. It doesn't matter what days, what times, I am committed to completing those workouts before the end of the week. The same thing with nutrition. It doesn't matter if I don't have time to eat. I want to make sure that I hit my bare minimum caloric intake and macronutrient allowance. Okay? Same thing with cardio. Okay? It doesn't matter how busy you are. You can take 10-minute breaks, 5-minute breaks. You compound the amount of time that you need to walk or be on the treadmill or jog or whatever. You move things around and get them done no matter what. Workouts. You want to move them around your schedule until no workout gets left behind before the end of the week. If you can get your workout done early in the morning, that's great. If you allow something else to take priority over that, then you make time to work out at any point throughout the day before the day is over. In other words, you move your workout around your schedule, but you don't skip it. Some people prefer to get 2 workouts in during weekend and 2 during weekdays. Whatever works best for you. Take this concept and apply it in your life, and don't let weeks go by without taking care of yourself just because you got busy. Now you got a tool in your bucket to overcome that excuse. Nutrition. Whether you choose to outsource or meal prep, you hit your nutritional goals before the end of each week. Okay, those 5 days are on point. Now, if you cannot eat at exact set times, it's not a big deal. As long as you hit your goals by the end of each day, you are winning. One thing to keep in mind is do not eat a lot of food before going to bed. You want to have your meals eaten at least 2 hours before bedtime. Check-in call. We can accommodate it around your schedule, but no week goes without at least 1 check-in call. You want to stay in communication with your coach and make sure that you coordinate with them and schedule your call at a time that works for both of you. And you can show up fully present without any distractions or commitments for that time. You're there fully present. Lastly, you want to keep the priorities and just move them around your schedule, but not outside of your schedule. Without clear priorities and consistency around them, nothing really changes. Now, let's talk about what winning the week actually looks like. Basically, winning the week is when you stick to the weekly plan that you and your coach created together. It's that simple. Once you figure out what the priorities are, in order to win with your health and fitness goals, you execute on that plan and stay consistent. And that means when you train your body for at least 4 times a week, or 3 or 5 times, whatever your commitment with your coach was. And this also refers to the numbers of steps or cardio sessions that you set as a standard for the week. When you eat for progress according to your plan, hit at least 5 days a week and win the other 2 days. Again, it depends where you're starting from. Some of you have more experience with nutrition, some have less experience. Depending what the strategy will look like for you, you want to make sure that you never fall below 5 days of sticking to it. Another way to win the week is when you check in with your coach at least one time a week and or attend a weekly masterclass within our community. Usually we have at least one group call a week, which usually happens on Monday for the Hybrid Method Academy. So you want to keep an eye on the group for more details. I'll see you in the next training.